I have just crawled out from underneath my craft table and I've decided to make some more videos. So, what am I doing? I have decided that I want to experiment some more. Oh, what is this? Tape funky. I think I should just, oh my. Starting this off so good. There we go. Maybe. Okay. Starting us off so good. Anyway, I've decided to do some experimenting because I said this whole thing was just an experiment. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take some water because everything is water, right? Because I'm watercolor painting. And that's what we're doing. We're watercolor painting. So I'm gonna wet my things. And of course that makes them buckle a little bit because of course it does. And I'm gonna add some blue paints. Because blue. Skies are blue. I'm going to add some white because I don't know what I'm doing. And I don't know that the white shows up because, you know, white paper. And I don't know if I'm doing anything here with that or not. I think I need more blue. And again, I want it really wet. Really wet. You see, it's really wet. Right? Good. Okay, now I'm going to take some dark green and I'm just going to add green. I probably should have cleaned my brush off better than that, but I didn't. So there you go. Then I'm going to take some light green. And anywhere that I feel needs a little more green, I'm going to throw a little more green in. And any place I feel needs a little more water, I'm going to throw a little more water in. Because this is just one big science experiment. Okay. Now, I did the salt already. I didn't think the salt did me good. But, you know what? Life is nothing if you don't try multiple times to do the same mistakes. So, I am going to come over here. Actually, I'm going to close this because I don't want salt in my thing. And I'm going to try to just very gently, not overdo it this time, and see if I can get some sort of something out of the salt. And then I'm just, you know what, maybe here, a little more here. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it. After I said, I'm done, I'm gonna throw a little more, just right along this line. We'll see what it does. It softens it up. If there's anything that actually happens, we'll see. Okay, so I've got salt. Is this still wet? Yes, it is. So, you see how wet that is? It took my finger and it made something. Okay, so next one we're gonna do is rice. I got some brown rice here. And I don't know that the brown rice is gonna do anything, but we're gonna throw it down and see if it does anything. Come on, rice. Do something. Okay, next we're gonna make sure this is wet enough. Ooh, I accidentally got a little green in there. That's okay. And the next one we're gonna do is pasta. So I'm gonna throw some pasta down. Oh, and it is not touching very well, is it? It is not. It's not really touching the paint very well, but that's okay. I'm gonna throw it down anyway, and then we'll see if maybe throwing this on top does something. Because move it over. There we go. That way it's got like a weight on it. So the pasta is making contact with the paper. And last but not least, we've got experiment, and I thought, what else can I use? I'm gonna use a non-food item. I'm using a piece of toilet paper because of course I am. Who can't spare a square? I'm gonna see if this will do anything if I just randomly toss some toilet tissue down. And I'm trying not to press it. I'm just trying to let it happen how it happens. What happens when I spare a square for my experiment here? Also, I am using gluten-free noodles because I am gluten-free, and I think that gluten-free noodles are probably the best way to go. And I've got a theory on that. And my theory on why I'm using gluten-free noodles is that if I were to use gluten noodles, I think that that might be bad. Okay, now I'm going to push them down, kinda, and see if that does any more absorption. But I'm not... I can see a lot of absorption in places. You know what? I'm going to stop because that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to stop, and I'm going to stop, and I'm just going to let everything do its thing. And I'm not sure that the rice is doing anything, but down here I can see that there is some absorption, so we'll see. And I'll be back in a little bit. Actually, can you guys see? I think I'm getting a better result by using a lot less salt. I think maybe before I just like over salted it, because I'm using the same exact salt. If this is like Himalayan salt, I'm using the exact same salt. So I do think that I am getting some sort of something there. I also think some of these rice are turning green. I can see some of the pasta is green. Obviously, I'm pressing it. Maybe I should press it harder. Here we go. That's my varnish can. There we go. I'm just going to press it harder. And then I'm going to leave everything alone. And I will come back. We'll see what happens with my little experiment. And yeah. Also, I kind of wanted to say something. The reason that I want to use the gluten-free pasta is if you mix water and flour, you make like a glue. Now, I'm gluten-free naturally. Like, my whole household is gluten-free. So, I only have gluten-free pasta. But I do want to say, if you're not gluten-free and you use gluten pasta, mixing water and flour can make a glue. So, I have a theory, and my theory might be wrong. It might be right. But I'm thinking that if you use that, the regular pasta made out of flour, it might glue to your watercolor paper. I don't know, because I'm not going to experiment with it. I'm experimenting with the gluten-free. Just throwing it out there. Throwing it out there into the universe. Not that any of this matters, because all of this is just experimentation. Experimenting. We'll see what works. We'll see what doesn't work. And then we're going to paint them anyway. So there you go. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Why are you still here? Goodbye.